majority to task, and I had the exact same reaction that she was speaking about the Supreme Court itself, both to Justices Thomas and Alito in terms of the money that they have taken as public officials, but also to them in terms of saying, you say you're originalist when it's convenient. That's this idea that we're just going to only look at the text. And she says, okay, let's look at the text. The text is a congressional statute that says it's illegal to pay bribes and to receive bribes and to get rewards. And she says, that's it, we're done. I thought you were a textualist. So that's why she says only this Supreme Court. This is supposed to be just interpreting congressional language. It is not a policy debate in the Supreme Court. And she calls them out saying, you are having a policy debate and you lose even on the policy debate. I mean, who on God's green earth thinks it's fine to take a reward? As long as you take the money afterwards, it's fine. Just don't take it before. But that's now the law based on this Supreme Court. And then obviously the court did not issue its immunity decision. I'm going to quote Paula Poundstone, who said, I can't wait to find out from the Supreme Court whether a president can kill someone. I mean, it's just so absurd that this was...
Yes, they did. They issued the decision by not issuing the decision because there's only one answer. No. The answer is no. He cannot have carte blanche immunity. And there's no way around it.
It's not decided 6 months ago when Jack Smith asked the Supreme Court to...
They're delaying it.
This is one where the decision is the delay. Yes, we will get a decision, but the decision's actually the fact that it has taken this long, because Jack Smith is going to have one heck of a time trying to get this to trial before the election.
That's not even what I want to talk to you about.
It was $13,000 after the fact of a $1 million contract to the company. So let's just change the numbers. Let's just say it's a much bigger contract to a much bigger company, and it's $1 million. Just give you $1 million. A couple of weeks afterwards, the Supreme Court says no problem.
Absolutely. And Ketanji Brown Jackson goes through those facts and says, you've got to be kidding. He gave out, it was actually over $1 million in 2 contracts, and then this public official shows up the door and says, that's going to cost you $15,000, and the company sort of nickels and dimes it down to $13,000. And then when law enforcement comes and says, what is this? He lies repeatedly and comes up with a whole series of false stories to account for that money. Why? Because he knows it's illegal.
Right.
And she's saying, you've got to be kidding. Even if you think that there's some areas in this law that could be vague, where there's some applications to some people where there may be a claim, it's not him. And yet they have now basically said, you know what? You're all for sale.
And Donald Trump wants to make all of that money tax-free, because Donald Trump's out there in Nevada saying he wants to make tips tax-free. You don't have to include tips in your tax returns. So now he's saying if you're a public official, someone gives you $1 million after a deal, that's yours too. Keep it all.
It's just a tip. And the idea that this is something that you have Justice Alito and Justice Thomas voting on, just like they're going to be voting on the January 6th case, it tells you just the sorry state that the courts are in, which is supposed to be one of the bulwarks, one of the key checks and balances that is supposed to be sort of a crown jewel of our democracy. And you can understand why the court's newest judge, Ketanji Brown Jackson, is taking them to task in language that is strong and deservedly strong.
Yeah, that line, only this court could love, that's not normal Supreme Court justice language.
Yeah, no, it is clear that she has gotten there. And remember, she served on the district court in D.C., she served on the Court of Appeals in D.C. with judges who are conservative, judges who are moderate, judges who are liberal. And to me, it reads
she knows how a judge is supposed to respond.
That she's seeing such disingenuous conduct by her colleagues.
Right. I bet you she's surprised. Good, Lawrence O'Donnell. Very good, Lawrence. Good coverage. I wrote this. I'm going through a lot because this is what the Supreme Court is doing. They're also bringing back a law that says you go to prison, you go to jail if you sell condoms, because they want to control oh, I just ate. I'm still eating. They want to control Conn's law. What's the act from the 1950s that says you can't use contraception? Comstock Act of 1873. That act made birth control illegal. So you couldn't send anything through the mail from a doctor's office, from the government, from any place, from a different country. Nowhere could you send anything that pertained, any messages about birth control. You could not sell condoms through the mail. You know how you order your condoms and you have them sent to your house? You could not order condoms overseas, have them made and then sent to the store so that you can go to the corner store or this supermarket and buy condoms. They want Comstock Act of 1873. In 1953, forgive me on the year, it was no longer enforced in the United States. Maybe, might have been 56. Okay, it was before I was born. Them fools that Ketanji Jackson, Justice Jackson was just talking about or commenting on, them fools said they're bringing it back. You see, please stop listening. Please stop listening to me when I say I'm running for president of the United States, because I'm not a politician. I'm a 56-year-old Black woman who has been around long enough to know what Congress is doing, the politicians are doing, and how they're playing us against each other. I've been saying it off and on for 2 years. But I got these men and women looking at me as a sex object. And I got Mark Zuckerberg and this nasty dick bastard Elon Musk with 12 or 13 now kids, because he just had another baby a month ago with the last lady that he had twins with. 10 different baby mamas, ain't wearing no condom, no kind of way. Spreading whatever he carrying at the time around. I have him sending my campaign submissions to sites where men, whatever they're putting at the bottom of it, is offering sex. So that's the people that are responding back to me. Y'all want to offer me sex? Pussy for votes? Pussy for signatures? Because this is what's going on in this country. And all these people that's flocking and running here, you leaving your country for what? To put the same people in this country? Because people in this country don't take it serious? Because people that I've reached out to don't take me serious? That doesn't bother me that you don't take me serious. But every time I turn around, I've said something either last summer or the summer before that, and now it has come true. Like when I said Roe v. Wade is going to go away because Roe v. Wade is not about the right to have a baby or the right to have an abortion. That's not in the Constitution. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. A year later, what happened? They took it out because abortion is not in the Constitution. It is the right to choose. A woman's right to make a choice for her own body is a constitutional right for her to do so. It's a protected liberty. I had a full conversation with this at the Asian guy at the post office up the street from me, because he didn't understand what I was saying when I said, if they overturn Roe v. Wade, it could affect your job working here, because that was one of the rights. A protected liberty right was one of the rights that allowed people of different colors to work in the government. Anyway, but these nasty white men have the audacity to send my stuff out as if, oh, all she is just somebody to fuck. Really? You would never put a white dick in me. Never. Never. Maybe in another lifetime, when I grow up, and I didn't grow up being a slave. They had to change the law so that I was not a slave. So that's not going to happen. Not in this lifetime. As far as I know, we only get one lifetime. Men are very disrespectful. I learned that very early on. And so are women. But especially men. They're very disrespectful. And a lot of them are raised that a woman's value is only between her legs. She doesn't have any sense. If she says something and it doesn't make sense, or if she's not perfect in every instance, that she's to be disregarded or looked at as loose. What's that bug-eyed man who makes them jokes on YouTube? He married. He has the audacity to be married. I hope he has a daughter. I hope he has a daughter and not just sons. His eyes poke out a little bit. Damn, I can't think his name. He said something about a woman had been with 92 or 96 men. I think she just said that to get a response myself. But even if she literally has been with that many, so what? The ones before that didn't have a problem with it, didn't notice it, and didn't care. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been able to been with the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. But what does that have to do with her as a person? What does that have to do with her as a human being? She still need to go to work. She still need to take care of herself, her health. She still need to be respected as a person. She still need to go out and enjoy her life. She still need a place to live. Like, they made it seem like her whole worth was right down there between her legs. And if she has sex with 96 men, that's it. That's all she is. It's just the 96 men she slept with. What about those 96 men who slept with her? What are they? So you got these two people that own this thing. And I had said that owned the media. And I said, that the media is going to change, and they're only going to show what they want to show on the media to people. Everybody's not going to have access like they think they want. Like, people sit here and nobody's paying attention to the stuff that you think they're doing it to me and just me. They're doing it to you too. They pick and choose whose channel gets the views, whose channel gets viewed by whom. Y'all think that this YouTube is just letting everybody share and see whatever they want, and in a blink of an eye, they will take your livelihood away. They will take your views away. Oh, I got 1 million views. Oh, I got this, I got that. Midas Touch is another one. Midas Touch has views not because people like seeing their show, but because they've got a deal with whomever they have a deal with YouTube. YouTube don't need anybody's money. They don't need no more money for the rest of their life, but they're going to continue to make money. They're not going to give it away for free. Well, they do have one for free where they show the ads on. But that makes them more money than the people that's paying the subscriptions. But I don't want to deal with a commercial every 5 seconds. I don't. So they got rid of Jamal Bowman. I've reached out to him too. He'll be out of politics or he'll work for somebody else. But he's out of because right now they're having the Democrat and the Republican races to see who's going to run, and the two that's left will beat each other in the Senate and the House of Representatives. Who's going to win in November? Why are you people voting for Donald Trump and Joe Biden? It doesn't matter which house wins. Senate Republicans, I'm sorry, not Senate Republicans, Senate Democrats, Republicans, Democrats, Republicans. It doesn't matter who wins in the Senate or the House. If you still have the same capitalist, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to go. And since you motherfuckers at YouTube want to send my signal to just people who want to fuck me, my titles will always have pussy in them going forward. Because this is all you are sending, and this is all that's being attracted to my channel. Since people just want to ask me for sex. Because there's nothing that I said that will make people want to ask for sex. I've been going through a lot. I've been doing a lot by myself, and I don't come on here and complain about it, and I'm not going to now. But everybody that did what they did against me, now that the tables are starting to turn, they don't like it. It's a lot to run for president when you have people helping you. When you're running for president and you don't have people helping you, and you still have to deal with your everyday regular life and health, and in addition to that, people are coming at you left and right, most people would just give up. Most people would just get frustrated. Do I look frustrated? Do I look like I'm going to give up? I mean, really look at me. Because I think that y'all think y'all are frustrating me. You're not frustrating me. You're not. Y'all are getting frustrated because you still can't understand how I'm able to survive, how I'm able to exist. I say these things, I make little video things, and it sounds like I'm saying something like, huh, what are you talking about? It sounds a little crazy because I'm not going to tell you everything. But I won my case in court, and I lost a case in court. I lost this case with my car. I lost the case. I lost it. But guess what? My car payments are cut in half. So I won. Them motherfuckers were so busy trying to scheme against me. The judge took my claims out. Since he took my claims out, there's no out of arbitration. Now when I bring the claims in state court, where I initially had them, I'm not under arbitration for the car because this matter is settled. Now what I'm bringing you to court for has nothing to do with my car. But you worked with my family member against me, and they didn't work out good, and you didn't work out good. And I lost, but I won. I can't explain it. I keep telling y'all, female God favors me. Male God loves me. I'm his favorite too. But female God, she favors me. I was trying to figure out what female God's name was. They had some name. I don't know if that's it. Oh my God. No, it's not Lilith. I think that was Adam's wife or something. First wife before he got married to Eve. And then my landlord was trying to kick me out. And so many people in my complex thought that, oh, she's going to be kicked out any day now. That was back on the 19th. Yeah, today is the 27th. So I go out there and run out there and tell them, we settled everything. Everything is okay. I ain't tell them nothing. They steady looking around and waiting. I thought she was leaving. Oh, they just waiting and waiting. Why? Why are you waiting for me to leave? I don't go in your house. You don't come in my house. Apartment, but it's my home. I just say hi and bye. If you want, you can speak back. If you don't, I'm still going to have a wonderful day. But there's real things going on in the world. And when I said I'm running for president, it wasn't because I needed to prove anything to anybody. I don't even need to prove anything to myself. I know I can be president because that's a job that highlights my skill set, because I don't have to deal with the typing, the physical part of it, because of the limitations of my physically, I have limitations. But that's the part where I know what I want to have done, and I know that the law allows for me to get it done for the American people and myself. And there's so many people in the prisons that I wanted to get out and have them reinstituted back into the workforce. And then there's so many migrants here that I needed to get out and have them reinstituted back into their own communities, and those who can't go home because they'll be murdered. We do that with them, which I'm not going to say. Because, again, you haven't made me president. So you don't get my ideas. Y'all not watching me, but guess the two main that are watching me, the two main campaigns that watch me is Biden and Trump. They've been watching me, and it's okay. I'm not even going to call out the things that I said that they said. Other people are watching me too. It's fine because it helps us. It helps America. But you cannot implement my plan. You cannot. You can work in my administration with me, but you cannot implement my plan. And that's what I wanted for Jamal Bowman. I wanted him to work in my administration. And Terrence Howard. And John Boyd, or whatever his name was. And Eli, whose name I can't pronounce. Eli Honig and the other Eli. Muskow. Did I say it wrong? With the white hair. It's got this poofy white hair. He's an attorney. And then the women, because I'm horrible with names. The women attorneys and the historians. Yeah. So when I said, if I'm president, we won't even have to worry about what the United States Supreme Court is doing, because they're going to be removed. There's a process to do it. And I literally said they are making legislation and they have no authority to do it. It's against the law. They can be prosecuted. Tell me what president's going to prosecute those judges besides Golda Harris. Golda D. Harris, president. Tell me who's going to have him prosecuted. Whose attorney general besides mine will prosecute those judges and remove them and do an interim board. Who? And then have it so that it... Who? Because again, I'm not giving you my ideas if y'all not interested in me, except for what's between my legs. Then kiss what's between my legs. If that's all you want. If you can get yourself to it without me stabbing you. Told you I couldn't even make a fist last year. I'm on medication, baby. But this is a silliness, and I'm a Virgo. So if you present me with something, I'm gonna present it back to you. You're not offending me at all. I'm the most sensitive person, but only for things that matter to me. Call me a whore, call me a bitch, call me this, call me that. You call me anything you want to. I don't care. I grew up with that. I'm kind of used to it, unfortunately. But to call me a name is to get me to look over here, look over here. No, I've been preaching for 2 years. One calls somebody a name. The other one calls somebody a name, and the media covers it as if it's the greatest thing since forever. Guess what? Oh, look at this. But guess what? Look what they did. Look what they did. Look what they did. While you're so busy going back and forth, look what they did. Look what they did. They did this. They did that. That's what they did. Yes. They passed it so that they don't even need the American vote anymore. They don't even need you to vote in the District of Columbia. What is important about the District of Columbia? What's important about the district? What happens in the District of Columbia? Who? Never mind. Because, see, I'm just a dumb pussy. I'm only to be fucked, not heard and taken serious. Have a good day. You know, this video was what, 27:17 and counting. And some of y'all tapped out 5 minutes ago. All right, I got to file my lawsuit to clear my name for crimes that I didn't commit. This is just funny. It takes a long time in these courts. And in the meantime, I have things being taken from me in my personal life. I have people looking at me like I'm crazy. I forget a lot of shit because I have so much going on. And people are just grimy as fuck. Why? It doesn't cost anything to be kind and nice to somebody. And I'm always kind and nice to people. And a lot of times y'all don't see that because when I come on here, I'm talking about a subject or something. Somebody said something and it made me laugh and I'm being silly. Or maybe I'm talking about politics. But I'm always nice and I'm always outgoing and I'm always friendly. But I'm not going to let this world harden my heart. Just like when I went to prison. I didn't let prison harden me. It hurt me. I tell you that. It did hurt me. But it didn't harden me. And I had to go to therapy to like get back to who I am. Because I had a wall, like, boom. I just closed off. And I wasn't like my outgoing Virgo crazy Golda self. But because in there, it's a whole different. Well, and it should not be. The people in prison who have not committed violent crimes should never be mixed in with the people who have. And those people that have committed violent crimes, they need to constantly be in some type of physical therapy or anger management, because they are preying on people like me in the prison. I didn't give them an opportunity to do that. And then I had people in there who looked out for me, who became my adopted niece's granddaughter, daughter. There's so many of them, including the officers that looked out for me. Because a bitch, I ain't afraid to say I ran. Yes, I did. Sergeant Fukina. I think he's retired now. But I ran every chance I got. Put myself in the cell by myself. What's the matter, Harris? I can't. All right, you need a few days? Yes. He just let me go on and back in there. Put me in the cell for a few days till I can gather myself, get myself together, and try to go back out on the wing. This is before I had Lieutenant Botman and Lieutenant Riotto. And what's his name? Graham and Lieutenant Graham. This is before I had them three. Lieutenant Graham was down in Trenton. The other two was when I got back. I was affectionately known as the package. I have been told to write a book about that, and I'm so romantical and stuff. So I'm going to be working on writing a book, but that's once I get stuff done. I have to start painting in here. Yeah, I got to start doing my prep work for painting, and I'm going to be getting some stuff coming in. I'm getting a new refrigerator. And like I said, my sectional is going to be coming in, espresso sectional. Because sometimes I don't want to go to bed, but I want to stretch out, And it's a sectional, and it has a chase lounge attached to it. But I just don't understand why people are happy making somebody miserable, and then when you try to make the person miserable and it doesn't work, I get the stares. I get looked at. And it's all I could do to, hello, how are you? It's all I could do to not go, just childish. It is childish, but please enjoy your life and don't worry about what's going on inside my home. I'm not lonely. When the election is over, it'll be another chapter in my life. I'm about to purchase a car, a newer car. I'm going to keep the one I have as a backup car. And hopefully my hair will continue to grow out. But there's things going on in the world, and it's going to affect a lot of Americans adversely. And it's okay. I said this in my video before. It's okay if you don't want me as president, then just don't vote for me. Most people don't even know about me, but a lot of people do from my videos, because a lot of it got out and people took it and they shared it. So I'm a contender. But I would like to have more exposure. And I'm a contender because I'm hearing ideas that nobody ever said in the history of politics. And I know that they're listening to me. Even when y'all tap out, 5 minutes. I know they're listening. Because, oh, you know what? Let me check that out and see if that's right. Yes, go and check it out. This is why I want historians in my administration. Male, female, non-binary. I don't care. I want us there to work together. Because if we don't, the people that are coming here to this country are going to consume us. Last thing I'm going to say, Americans have slowed down having babies because of supply and demand. It's not really so much the inflation. And this is why I say with those who have come here in bulk over the last year or so, or however many years I'll calculate it out, you guys have to go. Excuse me. And I'm not including DACA and Dreamers because they were born here and they are Americans. But they are Americans that were born under a crime. So they're not regular average Americans. But for me and my administration, as far as I'm concerned, a Dreamer and a DACA has just as much right as you or me. Born here, born in this country, born on this soil. American. But what you will not do is wait 20 years, get into Congress and change our laws so everybody and your mother and your father's family can flock this country. I know that's what you want to do. I know it. And a lot of y'all are being voted in right now. You ain't saying nothing. But you're being voted in the local elections. So why have I been calling Jasmine Crockett a bitch and a liar? That's a two-faced bitch. Her and everybody else. Why am I singling her out? I'm not. But she has been getting the most fan play for all the bees that she sat there and thought up because she thought it was cute to call Margaret Taylor Greene. And that's all they've been playing. While at the same time, her, Margaret Taylor Greene, and everybody else in that committee meeting are allowing these people to vote, and none of them have come to the bullpit. Guess what's happening? They're being allowed to vote in this city and in this state, and they are the ones who put us here. Americans, wake up. See, this is why they don't want me to have airplay. But I'll be goddamn if you're going to send my content to a bunch of men and women that are going to ask me for pussy. Because then we can discuss pussy for votes. What do you think that mean to me? I've been using my pussy since I was 13. I had my first child at 15. And I'm 56, about to be 57. What does that mean to me? That you sending nasty motherfuckers to my channel. You nasty. Y'all nasty. Y'all know how YouTube started? You motherfuckers are nasty. And the only reason you changed it is because you started getting sued. Remember, I am 56. I know what the fuck YouTube was when it first started. And X and Twitter. TikTok is the only one over in China where that man is at. TikTok is a learning tool. They ain't got nobody over in China doing all this shit like they doing over here in America. You can't get them channels like you got TikTok here. You can't get that over there in North Korea and South Korea. You'll go to jail if you make it to jail. Because they're going to whoop your ass over there before they put you in the jail. That's their law over there. They get to beat the shit out you. So if you are alive, there was a time when they stopped people in China from even having babies. And so that's why I said, let me end it with, when they come here and they have so many babies, now our resources have to be split and divided too many times in too many ways to accommodate all the new people coming and all their babies, and then the ones that are here and all of the babies that are now being born. I myself have 8 grandchildren from the 2 that I had. And now all of those 8 are going to have kids. So land has to be available. Water has to be available. Piping, housing, sanitation, all of that has to be available for the next generations that is here. And then there's the ones that are coming the legal way. There's millions of those people coming here. So when you have the people who belong here, the people who are coming here the right way, and that makes up a 600 million people, you cannot have an influx of another 100 to 200 million people, and then those 100 and 200 million people all have babies at the rate 4 and 5 times more than the rate that we are having babies. Is anybody thinking about that? Have a good day.